right, stop the music. I have just received a hate message from Representative Steve Israel, an unknown congressman who I've never heard of, Democrat, New York. A know-nothing, I'm sure of it. But listen to this press release. Representative Steve Israel, Democrat, New York, blasts right-wing radio hosts over scapegoating and lies about the current flu outbreak. Michael Savage spreading dangerous lies about the flu outbreak, fueling discrimination and hate. So let me say this right now. I invite Representative Steve Israel, whoever that is, to the Savage Nation right now. The invitation is wide open to you, Representative Israel, and we will calmly debate epidemiology. You want to take me up on it, Steve, since you have such a big mouth, a big Brooklyn mouth? Get on this show and debate me, you piece of garbage, you. Who do you think you are, saying I'm spreading hate? You're the one that's spreading hate. I'm going to read this to you from the Shameful Thing. Washington, D.C. On Thursday, Representative Steve Israel, D. New York, released the following statement blasting conservative radio hosts for spreading lies about the flu virus outbreak. Michael Savage and others have blamed immigrants for the spread of the virus in the United States. Representative Israel's statement follows. Here he says, the last thing our country needs is radio hosts spreading dangerous misinformation about the flu outbreak. But that's exactly what we're getting thanks to people like Michael Savage. These right-wing demagogues are targeting America's immigrant community and trying to turn a possible pandemic into politics. This is simply deplorable and seriously dangerous, says the shyster from Brooklyn. A few days on his show, Michael Savage said, quote, make no mistake about it, illegal aliens are the carriers of the new strain of human swine avian flu from Mexico, close quote. Well, it's true, Stevie boy. You may be a lawyer, but I have a Ph.D. in epidemiology, you big-mouth grifter, you. So let me read a little bit more about Steve Israel. He says, that is nothing more than fear-mongering and race-baiting in search of ratings. This is exactly the type of rhetoric that fuels discrimination and violence, and those violent acts are why last night the House voted to pass the hate crimes bill. Apparently that wasn't enough of a signal to keep these guys that they've lost. And tolerance and unity have won, but we'll keep fighting. Steve, you know what? You're a low-life Brooklyn grifter. I invite you on the show to debate me fair and squarely about epidemiology, and we'll see whether your law degree can save you in the clear crystal daylight of logic, Steve boy. When you don't own the court and you don't own the filthy judge in a black robe in Brooklyn, come on this show and debate me, Steve Israel. I dare you. Now I'll conclude what Steve Israel wrote. Quote, we can't afford to make this serious health emergency into a conservative radio circus. Americans need to stay calm and informed by listening to their doctors and our public health officials. And I'm asking Michael Savage and anyone who would repeat their arguments to stop now. Stop spreading these lies and work with us to keep Americans healthy and safe. Steve, you are a naked liar. I challenge you to a debate right now. Steve Israel, this is Michael Savage calling you a low-life grifter, a low-life lawyer from Brooklyn of the lowest order. I challenge you to this show right now, Steve. We'll debate epidemiology, okay? Get on the show right now instead of sending out one of your hate missives. Who do you think you're talking to? You think I'm afraid of you because you got a congressman around your name? I'm not afraid of you, Israel. Get on the air right now. Dial 1-800-449-8255. I will debate you, Israel. You liar, you. Many diseases have been traced to illegal aliens. Stevie boy, while you were in law school, I was studying epidemiology. While you were buying your way into Congress, I was studying epidemiology and doing research. Stevie baby. You see, in the spring of 2005, Stevie boy, the Journal of American Physicians and Surgeons published an article that said drug-resistant tuberculosis, malaria, leprosy, plague, polio, dengue, and Chagas' disease was brought back into the United States by illegal aliens who reintroduced these diseases, which had been eradicated over a period of several decades by systematic research in preventative medicine. But you wouldn't know that, Steve, would you? You were busy doing your dirty little studying, Stephen. You know nothing. You're ashamed to your name. You are ashamed to the name Israel, Stephen. And not only will I not stop, I'm going to escalate the reality. I will escalate the reality, Stephen. You're a swine yourself. You are spreading lies. You are spreading hate. And you are making this country far more dangerous. You see, before 1924, legal immigrants were examined for infectious diseases, Steve. I'm sure your grandfather or your great-grandfather who came to Ellis Island was examined for infectious diseases. And those who tested positive, Stevie boy, for TB were not admitted. Today, of course, because of low-life bums like you not only admit people with tuberculosis, you actually protect them, and you attack those of us who want to protect the people. Because you're looking for votes, Stephen, aren't you? You know that the Native American, the indigenous legal voter, is a minority in his own country because of scum like you. Because of low-life sellout bums like you from Brooklyn, this country has become a cesspool. You have destroyed this country because of your greed, Stephen. And only God can justify this tab that you've run up. Only God can justify the damage you've done to this country with this particular news release, you hateful man, you. You hateful, evil man, Steve Israel. I challenge you to a debate on the Savage Nation. And you will find that your lies are putting Americans at risk.
Savage.